The 2026 WNBA season didn't just begin with sold-out arenas, superstar rivalries, and massive media attention. It also arrived with one of the most exciting sneaker showcases the league has ever seen. Opening weekend quickly became a runway for player exclusives, unreleased colorways, and major brand campaigns as some of the biggest stars in women's basketball stepped onto the court wearing headline-making sneakers. From Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers, the WNBA's newest era is no longer just about basketball. It's about culture, fashion, branding, and influence. For years, sneaker culture mainly revolved around NBA players. Male athletes dominated signature shoe deals, commercials, and marketing campaigns, while women's basketball stars often received far less attention despite their talent and popularity. But now, the landscape is changing rapidly. The WNBA is finally becoming one of the biggest drivers of sneaker culture, and opening weekend proved just how powerful women's basketball has become in the sports world. The biggest spotlight once again belonged to Caitlin Clark. Even after dealing with injuries during the 2025 season, Clark entered opening weekend as the face of the WNBA's commercial boom. Every Indiana Fever game felt centered around her presence. Cameras constantly focused on her warm-ups, her tunnel walks, and especially the sneakers on her feet. Fans immediately rushed online trying to identify every pair she wore, creating massive engagement across social media. What makes Caitlin Clark such a perfect athlete for sneaker marketing is the style of basketball she plays. Her deep logo threes, flashy passes, and confident attitude naturally create viral moments. She doesn't just play basketball, she creates highlights designed for social media. That is exactly what major sneaker brands want in today's sports culture. Signature shoes are no longer only about performance, they are about personality, entertainment, and moments that fans remember instantly. Nike clearly understands Clark's impact. Reports around opening weekend suggested that anticipation for her future signature line is already reaching massive levels. The Caitlin Clark effect has already transformed TV ratings, ticket sales, jersey revenue, and overall attention around the WNBA. Now that same influence is extending directly into sneaker culture, making her one of the most important athletes in women's sports today. While Caitlin Clark dominates basketball-driven sneaker hype, Angel Reese brings a completely different type of energy into the conversation. Reese has turned herself into one of the biggest fashion personalities in the entire league. Every appearance she makes feels carefully styled and intentional. Her tunnel outfits, social media presence, luxury fashion looks, and sneaker choices have helped her build an identity that goes beyond basketball itself. Angel Reese understands branding at an elite level. She knows how to blend sports, fashion, and celebrity culture together in a way that constantly attracts attention. That is why brands continue investing heavily in her popularity. During opening weekend, Reese once again became one of the most talked about players online, not only because of her performance on the court, but because of the complete image she brings everywhere she goes. Her move to the Atlanta Dream added even more excitement around her entering the 2026 season. New city, new team, and new branding opportunities created the perfect setup for Reese to elevate her profile even further. Every sneaker she wore during opening weekend immediately sparked discussion among fans. Unlike many athletes who only dominate sports conversations, Reese successfully crosses over into fashion and lifestyle culture as well. That combination is extremely valuable in modern sports marketing. Then came Paige Bueckers, the newest superstar entering the WNBA spotlight. Even before her professional debut, the hype surrounding Paige was already enormous. She entered the league with one of the largest college basketball fan bases in recent memory, and brands immediately recognized her commercial potential. Opening weekend officially introduced her into the WNBA sneaker conversation, and the response from fans was massive. Paige Bueckers represents the next generation of women's basketball stars. She combines elite talent, mainstream popularity, charisma, and marketability in a way few athletes can. Her debut immediately became one of the biggest attractions of opening weekend, and sneaker companies are already paying close attention to her growing influence. The WNBA is no longer depending on only one superstar to carry the league's visibility. Now, multiple players are driving attention at the same time, which is exactly how major sports leagues grow into cultural powerhouses. This may actually be the most important development happening in women's basketball right now. The WNBA has officially become a true sneaker league. Not sometime in the future, right now. The popularity of the league has exploded over the past few seasons. Attendance numbers continue rising, television coverage has expanded dramatically, and merchandise sales are reaching new heights. All of this creates enormous opportunities for sneaker brands looking to connect with younger audiences and sports fans. Companies like Nike, Adidas, and other performance brands are now competing aggressively to sign and promote WNBA stars because they understand how valuable women's basketball has become. The audience is no longer considered niche. It has become mainstream entertainment. Every viral clip, every rivalry, and every social media moment helps push the league deeper into pop culture, and sneakers have become one of the biggest parts of that transformation. Opening weekend showed how much the presentation of the WNBA has evolved. The broadcasts felt bigger, the branding looked stronger, and the player personalities stood out more than ever before. Athletes are no longer simply viewed as basketball players. They are influencers, business brands, fashion icons, and media personalities all at once. Sneakers sit directly at the center of that entire ecosystem. What makes this moment even more important is the effect it has on younger fans watching around the world. Young girls are no longer only seeing women athletes compete at the highest level. They are seeing them become cultural icons with signature style, confidence, and global influence. For decades, male athletes dominated sneaker campaigns and sports marketing. Now, women's basketball players are finally receiving that same level of attention, and the impact of that shift could reshape sports culture for years to come. The rise of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Bueckers, Ija Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, and other stars has completely changed how brands view the WNBA. These athletes are proving that women's basketball is not a secondary product anymore. It is one of the fastest growing and most exciting parts of modern sports culture. The energy around opening weekend made that impossible to ignore. And perhaps the most exciting part is that this is only the beginning. Sneaker companies are just starting to fully invest in women's basketball. That means more signature shoes, more exclusive collections, more collaborations, bigger advertising campaigns, and even larger endorsement deals are likely coming in the near future. The money and attention flowing into the WNBA continue increasing every season, and sneaker culture will only grow alongside it. Opening weekend didn't feel like a small sports story anymore. It felt like the beginning of a major cultural movement. Caitlin Clark brought superstar visibility, Angel Reese brought fashion and personality, and Paige Bueckers introduced the next wave of fans into the league. Together, they transformed opening weekend into something bigger than basketball itself. The sneaker war in the WNBA has officially begun, and the league is winning.